The most spectacular and scenic venue in all of college football and perhaps in all of sports. The Rose Bowl in Pasadena, also home to the UCLA Bruins. And the Huskers will kick it away first. Bringing it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the UCLA Bruins offense will get the first crack at it here. When this guy comes onto the field, David, he seems to bring the it factor with him.
So much fun as a play caller to have a guy you depend on, you trust. You know, Palmer, you're going to get the best out of this young man.
He's also one of those guys, David, who just elevates everybody else around him, right? All 10 guys in that huddle offensively just seem to play better knowing they've got confidence in this guy.
Looking to pass on second down. Floating away. He's going to run it. Still running at the 40. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
This guy just gives you angles. And he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Short gain on the play before he slides.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Looking to throw for it. And they get the sack right out of the gate. The Bruins line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. So Nebraska's offense has the ball for the first time. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be cheating that way from his free safety position.
You're right, because as a quarterback, I just can't...
Can anyone catch it? Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They go to the ground. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Oh, man, the big fellas, they usually have the soft hands. Your security blanket is your tight end, but that one hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't pull it in.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Power football with the run. Just buried it. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. He's up to 57 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Nebraska. The Huskers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskers. And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
It's caught. And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just check downs.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And the Bruins will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still do.
And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. Man, he was back there and in the quarterback's face before the Bruin faithful could finish an 8 clap.
I mean, just getting off the ball so quick, penetrating. When you got defensive linemen that can get upfield, rush the quarterback, every Bruins fan will be jacked up.
He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. This offense has a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be the defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And the Huskers will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. 1st down for this offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense finds the way.
The give to the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. There he goes. Open it up. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Hard running there.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
To the ground with the back. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down. He's piled up 76 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. Using the quick game. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Turns it on in midfield. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. And the Bruins have this offense rolling. Now he's looking to throw it. He tries to take the top off. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. They'll go to the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up, just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it set up on the outside. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. The Bruins send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. On the return, it's Norman. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop.
Going for the big play. And he's got it inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll throw it from the red zone. Buying some time. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Cornhuskers! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Bruins will hustle to the line. On second down, he'll let it fly. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Gets rid of it. Finds his big tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it's intercepted. He tried to set up the screen, and the defense was right there. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. Running with power. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They'll immediately call timeout.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the quarterback was in a world of trouble there. He was under pressure. He knew he was going to get hit, so he's just trying to get rid of it, but he forced it into double coverage. He's lucky that was only an incompletion.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on third and long. He'll ride his man on the option. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. He missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns at 21-10. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over first and 10.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Palmer.
That's it, David. Just a couple of first downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
On second down, wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun, running back gets to give. That should be the final play of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters from there in Pasadena today. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. Pulls and fires complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. He's now over the century mark with 102 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
They'll throw it on first down. And the pressure was all over him in the blink of an eye.
Linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you. Send one of those fast linebackers that can rush the quarterback.
Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hussein. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try the run. Oh, gave the defense. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Bulls his way forward.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Huskers. And the route is on.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Complete to the left. Got a lot of running room. The 20. Touchdown, Bruin. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. He's looking to throw it. He fires to the left side. Ball in the air, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Offense set on first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. And the Bruins will punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. From the gun, the ground game. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On second down, just keeps firing. He's got it inside the 30. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And that play is going to just ignite this offense. You got to take a shot. You want to be aggressive. What an individual effort here by the receiver hauling in that catch.
They'll try to power it in. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the beatdown has ensued. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. It's a draw. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I think the offensive coordinators are there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Bruins decide to punt it away. 3-and-out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. And the Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. 3-and-out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw. And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and trying to ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they...
And it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make two in order to pick up that first down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. It's good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Western Kentucky is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These toppers have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today.
They're going to open this drive with a pass.
It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to FIU. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Nice move to keep running. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Takes a hit as he fires. Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. Complete to the left. He's loose. He's at the 10. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And the Bruins are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCLA. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
He's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Small gain, I know. But, again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Tackle is made after the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Here's the handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they've put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
The Cornhuskers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
45, UCLA, 14.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. UCLA will go back to work on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent. Forget this day ever happened.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between